Welcome back to a series so invincible, even Omni-Man subscribed. In today's video, Hasan is being rage baited by his chat again. They're calling him obsessed with Destiny. He's calling out all his haters, including Destiny, Ethan, and Tectone. He's blatantly lying about Ethan again, doing his fake-ass laugh. Rank number 1 degenerate Destiny has been completely exposed in court filings for unspeakable things. Asmongold has responded asking to release the Destiny files. Attorney Legal Mindset is hinting at Reddit potentially getting investigated and sued. Asmongold has responded saying that Ethan should definitely sue Reddit and he will actually help him. Subscribe or you gotta become Hasan's lawyer. You're cooked. Bring it home, Jellywig.
Let's up those numbers!
Now let's begin with Hasan being rage baited by a chatter once again. This time he's talking about Destiny. Hasan claims he hasn't mentioned Destiny and his court case in months. X'd out.
Somewhere along... Wait, what? We don't have to cover this every week? Okay, I'm gonna start banning motherfuckers. I haven't talked about this in months. What are you talking about? And the only reason why I brought this up is because of chatter, because JD Vance is seemingly trying to go after Destiny on some free speech shit, which I said was inappropriate and unacceptable. And then someone said, oh, have you seen this? And revealed to me that there's new details in this court case. I hate when motherfuckers go, you talk about this every week. I don't. I hate when dumb fucks say shit like that. As a matter of fact, the only reason why I had to describe the details of this court case is because chatters were like, I don't know who the fuck this person is, or I don't know what the fuck this person has done. Evidence to the reality that I don't actually cover this shit that much. For understandable reasons. There are far more consequential things happening in the world. What?
Bro actually sounds so annoyed. Half of his stream is legitimately just getting trolled by random chatters. It's actually comedy. If you had to do a random number generator and you go to a random moment in Hasan's stream, there's like a 50% chance he's just mauling at this random chatter who's trying to rage bait him, right? And one thing I don't understand, right? Hasan and Destiny are supposed to be like these mortal enemies, right? Arch nemesis, right? They're like Light and L. That's how they're supposed to be. Yet Hasan is here again defending Destiny. What is wrong with you? Apparently, according to Hasan, it is inappropriate and unacceptable to go after a guy who wants to genocide half the country. Okay, he wants conservatives dead. He thinks they should be afraid to even speak at public events and be afraid for their safety. This guy is so much of a sociopath. He even said he's fine with his own parents dying because, you know, they differ in politics, or any of his fans dying if they attend like a Trump event or whatever. That's how much this guy, that's like the amount of hatred he actually has. And Hasan goes, well, that's protected by free speech. Obviously, the guy who himself advocates political violence is fine when that is done against the other side, like conservatives or anyone that's not Hasan, basically. And Hasan is so fucking delusional. Destiny has threatened Hasan's life as well. And he's still doing this shit. He's still defending his free speech here. And obviously it does not fall under free speech if you're trying to incite violence here, right? And the truth is, the only reason he actually defends him is because they're technically on the same side. The radical lefty extremist side that just, you know, hates a large percentage of the population, essentially. So yeah, I assume they've just got this love-hate sort of relationship, right? And then somebody's responded with a whole sort of scroll here. It's a transcript of Hasan's streams, and every time he's mentioned Destiny, wow, guys, Hasan lying. I could have never seen this coming. I could never have guessed. I mean, even without checking, pretty much anyone could tell you that Hasan cannot go months without mentioning Destiny, Asmongold, Ethan, SlopTubers. I mean, people call me obsessed, right? Because I've made, you know, like this whole series. But true fans know that this isn't exclusive to Hasan. It will be basically anybody that I enjoy making fun of, right? I only do this shit because it's hilarious and a funny pastime. And yeah, it's free views and money for me. I don't really care who the subject actually is. But Hasan here does this because he's actually obsessed with these few specific people. Now, he was even talking about Asmin a million times, even though he was on a 1-month break. Now, if Hasan actually took a break, my videos on him would likely just stop because I wouldn't have new content and any more updates on him. And I'm hoping the only break he takes is when he's in fucking prison. But because we all know this guy ain't stopping his fucking stream. He is terminally addicted to this shit, right? But I thank him. I thank him for that, for funding my new mansion, right? Maybe I'm about to become a communist and get a $3 million mansion like Hasan here, right? So yeah, thank you, Hasan. Very, very socialist of you, you know, spreading the wealth here. Anyways, he continues calling out Destiny fans, and he mentions Ethan and Tectone out of nowhere. Hasan comments on the deterioration of Destiny fans. Ironic.
Contradicting yourself. Oh, we talked about the fucking pedophile sex pest. I was wondering what's going on. This is another part of the reason why I usually don't like covering Pastini, because instantly his dumb fuck rats come in and start chirping. What's really funny about it is that, like, at least I would say like 4 years ago or whatever, he had more sophisticated fans. Like, they were still not the most intelligent, but they, like, I think the quality of the quality of the hater has diminished over time, because I think at least like those who were major fans of his that were somewhat intelligent have already jumped ship by now. Now I can't even tell if this is like an Ethan Klein fan or a Rape Tone fan. Now you just have haters that don't mind being associated with a pedo. I mean, which one are we talking about?
Yeah, this is just hilarious coming from Hasan. Hasan, your fans are so brain dead. We could legitimately do an EEG, right? Try to measure brain activity, and it would be non-existent. They would be pronounced dead. It would legitimately be a scientific anomaly. All right, it would be like a fifth dimension. How does a human being actually continue to exist and operate without a brain, right? A true marvel of science itself. We have to get fucking Einstein on this shit. Like, you know, you might discover something new here, all right, in the realms of physics. How do Hasan fans even exist, you know? Now, I do agree with Hasan on one thing. Destiny fans are completely brain damaged as well, no matter how much evidence comes out that he is a degenerate freak who admittedly likes minors and also advocates political violence like a radical lunatic. None of it is actually enough to dislodge a Destiny fan from his schlong. They have firmly grasped it in their hand, like SpongeBob in that one episode, right? Firmly grasp it in your hand. And don't worry, we'll get into some more Degen Destiny updates this video. It is now confirmed he likes minors here, and he was talking to minors as well. People responded, Hasan has one chat filled with sycophants. This is people who like do insincere flattery, basically. 100 banned phrases, and an unpaid mod team who sit there insta-banning any criticism. Dude, you have to refer to Destiny and Ethan as D and E. That is diabolical, all right? Yet somehow he still crashes out every day. How can anyone be this sensitive pussy? Well, you would have to ask Hasan that. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Destiny fell for the I have diagnosed ADHD and prescribed, so taking daily stimulants will magically have zero negative mental side effects and has been in decline ever since. To be fair, I think Destiny is unhinged without this stuff, all right? I don't think it's this is the cause of him being unhinged. This man is clearly just a psychopath. Because since when does medication make you want to kill half the country and also make you a deviant who likes minors? I don't know of any medication that does that. He ain't lying though that DGG brain drain real as frick. Actually, PDF file consent violating streamer is going to save democracy, of course. Hasan was a Destiny fan. Oh yeah, no wonder he's an unhinged lunatic. Hasan is the premium Destiny fan. He's like the final evolution of a Destiny fan, my god. Moving on to Hasan calling out Ethan, once again blatantly lying about him and doing the most cringe ass fake laugh.
You recognize that Israel is doing a genocide, but you also still think it's Hamas's fault that Israel's doing a genocide? Okay, this, Jay Mershon, sometimes you spam links and it gets annoying, but you were right to send this one. You were right to say this is a new thing that you haven't encountered yet. Because I've encountered people who say Israel's not committing a genocide. I've encountered people who say Israel's committing a genocide, but that's actually good, right? Like, you know, because they deserve it. I have, however, never encountered a person that has said Israel is committing a genocide and it's bad, but it's a genocide because of Hamas. I've only heard other versions of this, like Israel's doing war crimes and a genocide, but it's a good thing because Palestinians deserve it because of Hamas. This guy is saying Israel's committing a genocide and it's bad, but it's because of Hamas that Israel is committing a genocide. I have never heard that before. Someone said you had a podcast with a person like that. Oh my God, you're right. Oh my God, you're right. This is the Ethan Klein position. Oh my God. You're right. You're not wrong. Because it's a disingenuous one that I never even actually thought about it like that. That's true. Low key, not wrong.
Okay, can we have a petition to make that laugh illegal? Oh my God, that is so annoying. Brother, that is the worst thing to ever assault my auditory canals. Can I file like a lawsuit or something? That's got to be some sort of auditory assault. Definitely gave me some hearing damage just from fucking having those waves bounce inside my ear canals there, right? Also, can the one Hasan fan watching tell me what is this guy's deal with Ethan? I mean, I guess like a chatter brought it up, but Hasan and his chat are pretty similar at this point, and he chose to like highlight that message and actually agree with it, right? So what does Ethan have to do to get in Hasan's favor? Not that he should want to do that, but just hypothetically, I want to know, what can Ethan ever do so that Hasan would stop slandering him every single day of the week? Again, just gotta clarify for the newcomers, nothing wrong with criticizing Israel, Netanyahu, whatever you want, right? But this guy is so ridiculous. He legitimately, like, the only thing Ethan could do is probably enlist in Hamas and become, you know, recommend Hasan as an honorary member for his endless propaganda, and then Hasan would forgive him. Oh, wait. He has to do one more thing. He has to arrest his own wife for being, according to Hasan, a terrorist baby killer, valid military target, and then, you know, hand her into the authorities. And then, yeah, Hasan would maybe be like, okay, Ethan is neutral. You know, he'd still have to do a little more. Maybe turn himself in as well. Maybe, you know, send his kids to CPS as well. Then maybe. Like, it's just so disgusting, man. This, like, they used to be friends. Can you imagine? They actually used to be friends. And even iDubbbz, dude. Like, these people just destroyed it. Like, they turned on him completely. It's just such a betrayal.
Hamas is responsible for the ongoing genocide by being undertaken by the state of Israel is such a wild thing to say. Clintonian triangulation is strange because it's such an unusual triangulation. The normal play is to ignore that it's a genocide and give platitudes about the need for aid or whatever. This acknowledges the state of Israel is carrying out the genocide, but then hedges by saying Hamas forced them to do it. Incredible. It's incredible because it just doesn't make sense. Because it's such an insane thing to say, which is why, like, when Ethan made this exact same claim, we just didn't factor that he was being sincere about the recognition of Israel doing a genocide. Because you can't recognize a state or an entity doing a genocide and then simultaneously say it's the victim's fault. Like, that doesn't make sense at all, unless you think Israel's doing a genocide and it's a good thing. You know what I mean? It is a totally incoherent thing to state.
Okay, I'm sorry. When did Ethan say any of that? Like, he might have said that, you know, Hamas takes some responsibility in this war, which is 100% accurate and an objective fact, obviously. Like, if you go and kill civilians, obviously you take some accountability, right? Maybe not all of it, you take some accountability, right? You're going to get some pushback, right? Obviously, the other side is going to fight back. It's like he takes what Ethan says and then twists it to be the worst version humanly possible, and consistently implies that he's somehow an Israel decrider, a staunch like Zionist, and supports the war and everything like that. He says the same thing about Asmongold, even though it's just not true. And now anytime any discussion regarding Israel is brought up, which Hasan will bring up out of nowhere. He could be fucking eating cereal and be like, it's spelling out Israel, guys. I'm not hallucinating. I'm not a schizo, but it's spelling out Israel. And then when Israel is brought up, he'll bring up Ethan and dunk on him, right? Which is basically all the time, right? It's so disgusting. And then when Ethan will fight back, he'll start crying, this guy's obsessed with me. Like, come on. Moving on to the rank number 1 degenerate freak, second only to Diddy himself, Destiny. Apparently, he's been exposed again. I mean, like, for the 50th time. Here we got a tweet. According to court filings dated October 3, 2025, evidence confirms that live streamer and political commentator Destiny, also known as Stephen Bonnell, engaged in a frick relationship with a minor and attempted to transport her across state lines. Fellas. Ay, 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 ay. And by the way, this is not going to affect his audience in the slightest. He's not going to lose one viewer from this. That's the type of fans that Destiny actually has. The Hassan and Destiny cult community, they see this shit and completely ignore it. It's crazy. Recent court documents, specifically page 7 Exhibit B, confirms Rose's date of birth as October 30, 2004, which aligns with the traffic ticket found online. Thus, when Bonnell was exchanging prawn material with Rose between March 2022 and October 30, Rose was a minor. They got him. They got him. He's cooked. Thus, when Bonnell was exchanging corn material with Rose between March and October, Rose was a minor. And minor in bold. What a disgusting person. I'd ask how this man still has a platform, but it's probably because he's not the only one. Consider the audience. He's been doing it for years. Here's a clip of him actually admitting it to other YouTubers years ago. I've shown this before, but apparently Destiny fans rushing into the comment section like cockroaches they are, going, my queen Destiny is actually innocent.
But no, you said she sent me pictures that made it so hard. So when you saw a 15-year-old girl, you were sexually attracted to her.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, what do you want me to say? Like, there were 16-year-old chicks that are really fucking hot. I was like 23 or 24 at the time. Like,
So
yeah,
you were an
I'm not
adult.
gonna sit here and lie to you and tell you like,
You were an
oh,
adult at the time.
I have never. Yeah, of course. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you.
Buddy, how much evidence do you need? He's legitimately admitted that he finds 15-year-olds attractive. I mean, come on, buddy. Like, even in the Willie Mac DMs, he's just like, why are you asking that I have illegal material on my computer? Depends who's asking. Are you interested? Was the implication, or the other implication is, are you a fed, right? Don't worry, guys. Even after seeing all of this, I, as a Destiny fan, will do my diligent duty and ignore all the evidence because I'm parasocially attached to a degenerate freak streamer. You know, they'll see all these clips of where he says he likes 15-year-olds for the 100th time and be like, actually, it was out of context. You don't get the context. The context is, I like mine. That's the context. Destiny is just an intellectual of the highest capacity, obviously. Debate him, bro. Debate him. He will destroy you. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm not 15. I'm not the target audience here, obviously. A room for two. We're back in the cell with Cockroach Hassan and Soy Cock Destiny. The classic. One day, this dream will be a reality. I have a dream. I have a vision. This is my vision. Stephen Bonnell is in a lot of trouble. Him trying to shrug it off is frivolous. Won't help his defense. I mean, I am shocked. This guy is like actually so popular. Like he has a respectable size fan base. I would say he has a more fervent community even than Hassan. He has diehard supporters who are like, I don't know what kind of a fan base you have to foster where you get outed as a PDF like a complete freak and still people defend you. That's impressive, honestly. Well then, seems like jail is his real destiny. Got him. Now don't worry, we got absolute regards coming out of nowhere to prove they're regarded. Kyle Kulinski reacts to JD Vance looking at 2 Florida social media influencers for preaching violence. Destiny tweets absolute pussy bleh JD Vance. And we got this excerpt. Salisbury wrote that JD Vance wanted to pursue criminal cases against 2 Florida influencers who were preaching violence on social media. The messages did not specify the identities of the pair and said prosecutors had declined on one of the cases. And Destiny naturally assumed, somebody who was preaching violence on social media, that must be me, Destiny, obviously. That's not a good thing. And then we got this idiot. The vice president tried to get Destiny thrown in prison for trolling MAGA. Holy shit. That's right, guys. Asking to genocide half the country, saying that conservatives should be afraid of even speaking, and he wants them dead, and he wouldn't care if they were dead. So all of that is apparently trolling MAGA, guys. That's genius. I support sending Destiny to prison. Destiny literally made threats and was inciting others to do his dirty work. This isn't a free speech issue. It's a lack of morals issue on Destiny's part. It's always trolling or a joke when they do it. Yeah, tell that to a Destiny fan. Put him in prison, and we just got this. Is that a real picture? What? Anyways, Asmongold responds, says if Destiny goes down, he wants to see the Destiny files.
And also, we've been talking a lot about the list. What about the Destiny list? Do you remember this whenever Destiny said, bro, if I need to go on the sex offender list, I'm taking like 20 other streamers with me? Okay, lol W. Please, 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 I am begging, praying, hoping on my knees. Let us know. I want to know it. I want to know, because think about how many videos that's going to be for me. Please do it. When are you going to do it? Many such cases? Yeah, what the fuck, he said that? No, I what a weird thing to say. I don't know who's going to be on the list. Like anybody, well, you guys know. Here's the truth, right? You guys know I don't deal with stuff like that, right? You know I don't. I'm an edgy guy. I love, raunchy humor and stuff like that. But when things approach real life and it's interactions with human beings and people are hurt and there's actual victims to things, then my mindset begins to change, right? Then I start thinking about things differently. And at least 5 years ago, exactly. And yeah, I think you're safe. I mean, well, it's hard. Yeah, it's kind of the thing for me, right? I mean, and I've got, what if your friends were on the list? If my friends were on this list that Destiny has, I would say that I want it released even more. Because I don't want to be friends with people that are sexual assaulters and sexual abusers.
Cancel Asmongold immediately. I can't believe he would say that. You don't want to be friends with PDF files? Disgusting. What the heck is this? How could you? Is what a Destiny fan would say. But I just love how Destiny literally just admits it. He's just like, if I need to go on the list, now why would you need to go on the list, Destiny? And he's like, oh, I'm taking down everybody else. Like, okay, buddy, whatever that means. Like, it's like the same thing with Willie Mac. Why are you asking me if I have illegal material on my computers? I don't know. It's pretty important. I don't know. By the way, how poetic is it that the two Omega radical far lefty lunatic streamers, Destiny and Hassan, are both just Omega creeps? Like, obviously Destiny way more. I will give Hassan his one win when it's against a complete degenerate freak like Destiny, but it's just crazy. And I guarantee you 100% there will still be a Destiny fan in the comments going like defending him like the craziest white knight, because anytime I mention this guy, they spawn in like absolute cockroaches. Like, just admit you're a PDF file too, and you're just okay with it or something, all right? Anyways, then Destiny calls out his Hassan's for his comments about skipping TwitchCon because he was worried for others, not himself. Me, flying around the US doing public debates despite receiving pages of death threats while the VP pushes to prosecute me for my speech. Hassan can't go to TwitchCon because it's too risky, but immediately jumps to publicly announce him going to events on Instagram so he can farm clout. Lamau lol even. And here he is with Pokimane. You know, Mrs. Eat the Rich, but not me, not my kind of rich, the other kind of rich. Also, if you're a broke boy, just say so. And then we got Lily Pichu here. I just don't know why they hang out with this loser, but alright. Hassan when he gets in a photo with Pokemon. Dude, I love this picture. Can I just say, I love this picture. It is cinema. It is absolute cinema. And it's ironic because Asmon is supposed to be the Roach King, but it just fits so much better with Hassan here. Anyways, Nux has jumped in. These are the only two men standing between America and full-on fascism. And then we got Destiny and Gavin Newsom. Nux responds, is getting cucked by your wife a prerequisite or a coincidence? Bit of both for Destiny, I'd say, that's for sure. Moving on to Legal Mindset, talking about how Reddit might be cooked. Basically, quick context, Ethan is suing the three Hassan orbiters, Casey Denims and Froggen, for copyright violations. H3 Snark mods were also involved in providing links to their streams for these violations. Ethan subpoenaed the mods to get their identities so he could sue them. They responded with 700-page reports of just a bunch of bullshit screenshots. Now, one of the H3 Snark mods has claimed that they work at Reddit, and this could put Reddit themselves in the crossfire for them to sue.
You have an admission, a 100% confession right here. They're saying concern level for you. This whole thing is so odd. Roman P, once again, the head moderator, saying not concerned at all. Balancing working at Reddit and being the head moderator for H3 Snark has kind of been stressful, though. We have a confession right in front of everybody, in front of God and everybody, that the head moderator is a Reddit employee, is working at Reddit. This person, which has civil liability now and potential, and once again, once we dig, there may be criminal stuff that comes out, who knows, right? They are on the hook for this. And they have put Reddit in a horrible position, particularly because we had the separate filing disclosure where we had Reddit admins offering us free subscriptions to privacy software to remove our PII from the internet in case we're doxxed and harassed. So this is called scrubbing evidence. They're deleting evidence, spoliation of evidence. This is potentially criminal, even. And we want to know, is this the admin, Roman P., the employee of Reddit, that was offering the PII software? Are there others involved? These are all things that Ethan Klein can now dig into freely. His lawyers and Ethan Klein's infinite money glitch can go out there and dig into this and figure this out. Employers are responsible for the harmful actions of employees, even if not directly at fault. So this is one of the reasons why in the recent times, people should be firing dangerous employees, because a dangerous employee, let's say you're a violent employee or a crazy employee, you don't want those employees around because of vicarious liability, because you can be responsible for the actions of those employees. If they go out and do something crazy, you might be on the line for them. Just like this, exactly like this. If you have an unhinged Reddit mod, which once again is a massive, massive risk, if it's somebody like this, you've got to fire them. You've got to get rid of them because they've now endangered your entire company. All of Reddit is at stake because of what they've done. They're completely open to discovery. They're completely open to liability. And because of this proof that they provided that software, they're going to be on the line for potentially a massive amount.
Right, so the confession is interesting. Now, we did actually talk about this previously briefly. Now, I sort of assumed that it was a Reddit mod just bullshitting because that's what Redditors do. They just lie a shit ton. But the thing is, if they're lying, it still might be bad because it gives probable cause to actually get a bunch of more info from Reddit, investigate the staff, just from the off chance that it might actually be true, right? But if they aren't lying here, then yes, it is absolutely catastrophic for Reddit, right? Because obviously scrubbing evidence is bad. And I just find it interesting. They admitted the Reddit admins were actually helping them. That is not something you actually want out there. That's something you wanted to hide, but for some reason they put it out there. So this might actually develop into something insanely massive, right? Obviously, Reddit is a big part in the radical propaganda machine of political violence, other things being TikTok and Twitch and stuff like that, right? And Twitter, obviously. So this might be huge. This might be huge. I don't know if it's actually going to be a precedent-setting case. We'll see. Depends how far Ethan actually wants to take it. So then Asmon responded saying that Ethan should sue Reddit and he would actually help him.
It's again the head moderator saying not concerned at all, balancing working at Reddit and being the head moderator for H3 Snark has kind of been stressful though.
He's self-snitching. Why would you say this? Oh my God. It's shocking that somebody could be that stupid.
We have a confession right in front of everybody, in front of God and everybody.
Can you believe that Reddit is actually, all of the Reddit employees seem to be Redditors?
This is called scrubbing evidence. They're
Yes, it
deleting
is.
evidence, spoliation of evidence.
yes.
This is potentially criminal.
Yes,
Even.
and even doing so, and this is another thing too, doing so in anticipation of evidence being part of a discovery process of a case is the same thing. It actually, in some ways, it's worse. So even if you do it before they issue the subpoena of like discovery, it doesn't matter. It's still considered bad. Yeah, I don't know really what that is. The question is whether is Ethan that vindictive? I think that if Ethan wants to go after this and do it, I mean, like, I've talked to Ethan a little bit. Like, I haven't really organized any of this stuff or, you know, like planned any of this, obviously. But I've talked to him about it. And I personally think that he should go all the way with it. I do. And it's not, and I would help. I mean, obviously, like, you know, I would help pitch in. I think every content creator who has been maliciously slandered by people on Reddit should pitch in. I mean, I would. I mean, like, obviously, a lot of guys would.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if Ethan ends up going after Reddit, I mean, I'm absolutely for that. That platform is a cesspool of the most disgusting, radical shit. a bunch of Hassan and Destiny fans on there, and they definitely need to be held accountable for this type of bullshit, right? Now, who knows if they will actually go there? It depends how much cinema God has in store, right? So far, he's given us 130 episodes, just a blessing every day. You know, the greatest series on the planet, being blessed, obviously. We'll see how far it goes. But till then, Asbin called out Reddit here.
And he is, but full send it. Yeah, I mean, and I also think, like, I mean, he has the finances to take care of it himself, but just as a degree of good faith, you know, of course I'd pitch in. Absolutely. So Ethan's in a very target-rich environment for lawsuits. He's not hurting for people to sue. Yeah, exactly. I think he should, because this is bigger than the case. It is. And also, you have to keep in mind that if this is true about Reddit, what that means is that Reddit is employing and facilitating entire apparatuses that exist purely for the abuse, detriment, and defamation of other people. They do not in any way, shape, or form try to correct any information. They don't try to be accurate. All they do is lie, make up bullshit, and make people libeled, not slandered. You're right, because it's written and not spoken. Correct? You're right, I'm wrong. Libeled. But it is still defamed, right? But yes. Anyway, this is obviously, it's an obvious big issue, right? It's a massive big issue that exists way beyond Ethan, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Reddit is responsible for a lot of the violent shit that you see go down in the real world as well, because they organize on Reddit, right? They form these dangerous echo chambers of propaganda, and then they ban all dissent, right? And this is a large part of Reddit. Now, you might be in a good part of Reddit. You might see some random innocent subreddits, maybe your favorite creator, and, you know, it's all fine. But a lot of these political echo chambers of radical lefty politics are actually on Reddit, and on a majority of Reddit, right? And they're off the same mold that Hassan and Destiny come from, right? Now, strangely enough, some of these people get into drama and end up harassing Ethan, and some of these people go into the real world and end up shooting actual people. So we got this divide of let me be crazy online, let me be crazy in real life, right? And we'll see. Not that shocking that a Reddit mod would out themselves. 4chan is where smart people go to act stupid. Reddit is where stupid people go to act smart. I can't wait to find out what happens when you call a judge a Nazi grifter. Probably not gonna go down too well. As someone who's had like 10 Reddit accounts banned for being a centrist, there's nothing more than I'd love to see Reddit get absolutely destroyed. If you have an unhinged Reddit mod, oh, so you mean a regular Reddit mod. Reddit is a literal propaganda radicalization machine, is intentionally moderated, censored, and algorithm to push left-wing extremism. It's about time action is taken on this. Yep, pretty much. Wretched hive of scum and villainy. Yeah, people have some strong opinions on Reddit, and I can't blame them. It is horrible. I'm on Reddit regularly, should not admit that. If I step out of the few Reddits I frequent, I'm astonished by the volume of liberal leftist voices inciting all manner of violent crime. The venom flows like a waterfall. It's an echo chamber of hate. Yeah, and this directly translates into real life, which is why people are even looking into it, right? Now click this video for one glass of refreshing lemonade. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.